Well, good evening. It's so good to see you here, and here I am as promised. Looks like we are at about 9 o'clock p.m. I moved the time because there's a conundrum. So we did 10 p.m. last Friday, but the grandchildren have to be in bed early. So I moved it an hour earlier so that maybe their mean mommy, I'm looking at you, Mariah. Maybe their mean mommy will let them stay up a little extra to see the granddad and what he does. And so I hope they're watching. To my viewers tonight, as you come in and say something to let me know that you're there, hit a little button. Hit a little button that says hi. There isn't a little button that says hi. Hit a little button that says love or like or whatever as you come in. Let me know. As promised, the flying monkey. And he simply is the flying monkey because you have no idea what it took to do this hair tonight, to make it stand out. I'd be better off if I did the show first thing in the morning when I woke up, because this is what I wake up to almost on a daily basis these days. So there's the monkey. He is the flying monkey. And he's called the flying monkey because he flies. But he needs a name. He really does. Athena is going to make some blue clothing for him. He's going to get a blue little cape, and he's going to get a blue little cap. And then I'd like to name him. And so consider that he's going to be blue. And I just like to figure out what we're going to call him. Just nothing seems to be fitting him. So, all right, monkey, off you go. You know where you're going, right? Over by the Wiz. The Wiz is watching from the side wings, and I think, I wish we had another camera that I could let you see this on, but I think I can hit the wizard with the flying monkey from here. Now, all you folks that really, Athena's over there giving me dirty looks and hand signals, but I think I can get the wizard from here. Here we go. If I ever have to hunt for a living, I can tell you one thing that's for sure. We will not be eating freshly killed wizard anytime soon. Way to dodge that one, Wandering Wiz. Hashtag Wandering Wiz. He's feeling pretty lonely, so drop in and say hi to him. He is the wizard that goes out with, here, I'll show you for those of you that don't know. He is the wizard that goes out with Athena and I on the road, and he travels, and he eats with us, and he meets famous executive chefs, and he goes everywhere, literally everywhere with us, and through him we take our grandkids on the journey at hashtag Wandering Wiz. And a whole lot of people have signed in, follow Wandering Wiz, and see where he goes when we go. So he'll be out there again, I promise you. He'll be out there again. He'll be doing theaters. He'll be doing casinos. He'll be in Las Vegas again. We've just got to give him some time. He doesn't feel comfortable going outside right now, even though Athena made him a great mask. But that's the Wandering Wiz at hashtag Wandering Wiz. Look him up, like his page, make some comments. He's very, very proper. And people seem to think that I abuse him. I disagree. It's all in good fun. I don't believe, Athena, I don't think I abuse him. I don't think I've done anything remotely mean. The microwave was perhaps borderline when I put him in the microwave. But anyway, that's Wandering Wiz. You go ahead and follow him. Well, don't follow him like that. And I'm Barron Stringfellow. Welcome to Barron Landscapes. It's a weird place in my head, and I like to bring friends and family on the journey into the weird place. Hi, everybody. I see you coming in. Hi, Ryan. I can kind of see Brent is here. Hi, Brent. I want to get some thank yous out of the way before we move on any further. We get neat stuff from folks. And this week, I got to tell you what we got. I'll save that one for last. But this week, I'll tell you what we got from Dennis Vanderheuen in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Dennis sent this, and because Dennis knows I've got a weak spot for Harry Anderson. And there's another story there, how Harry got to be part of our family, how Harry and Elizabeth sort of became ours and we became theirs. But that's a story for another time. Dennis, thank you so much. This is going in with the Harry stuff, and I think probably going to have to start some sort of a collection art piece on the wall. And this During this time, one of the things, as you guys that follow me know, is I'm not worried about food. I'm not worried about eating. Athena's a great cook, and we're being very well supplied with groceries. But from a distance, also Colorado, a dear friend of ours, I can't say enough about him. He's a fine magician, a spectacular magician. If you've never seen Dan Fleshman work, you are missing a real treat. Dan is spectacular. But Dan has a side hobby. And I keep telling him it needs to be more than a hobby. Ladies and gentlemen, these came from Dan Fleshman this week. And I must tell you, I look forward to decimating all of those cookies. Every morning I have some with my coffee. So Dan, thank you so much. Dennis, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I want to start tonight by telling you every episode is going to have a name. And so tonight's episode is called Butterflies and Blind Guys. And one of the things that we said on the little things that we put up, our little ads, was, are you gullible? And the only answer to that is yes. You're gullible, I'm gullible, we're all gullible. We all want to believe something, and sometimes we want to believe something so hard that we just make it true. And so we're gullible. There's the answer to that question. I think that one of the things that I'd like to share with you this evening is this cute little mystery. And one is little and one is big, so it's a cute little big mystery. And you'll notice the little one over here on your left and the big one over here on your right. And these are supposed to be caterpillars. Don't write in and complain about the artwork because I didn't do the artwork. This is from a friend of ours in India, Sam Dalal. And to me, those look a little bit like snacks. But this is not a snack trick. This is a caterpillar piece of magic. And as you can tell, the little green caterpillar is a little bit shorter than the little red caterpillar. And in fact, it can even be proven when we bring them up together, we can see that one is longer. You see here, we can see that one is longer than the other. But if I move them just like this, an amazing thing happens. The long caterpillar gets short, and the short caterpillar gets long. And now the green caterpillar is a little bit longer than the red caterpillar. And once again, I can show you without a doubt that the red caterpillar is a little bit longer than the green caterpillar. They keep growing and shrinking. The neat thing about these is that you can go ahead yourself and stretch and push and stretch and push, and these will actually end up being the same size. And here, take a look at this. They are now actually the same size. You stretch and push and stretch and push. I don't know if you know it, but for a caterpillar to become a monarch butterfly, the caterpillar attaches itself to a stick or a twig or a leaf or a roof with a little bit of spitty silk. And then that caterpillar begins spinning himself. And the outside of that caterpillar forms a pupa. And that caterpillar goes in to that pupa for a specific amount of time before emerging as a monarch butterfly. And since I've got very little to do these days other than research and find out things that I'm never going to use in real life, guess what I found out about the pupa time for the monarch butterfly? It's amazing. It amazed me. The pupa time for the caterpillar to transform in a chrysalis into a monarch butterfly is about 14 days. About the same time that we're asking most people to just stay inside, right? But in 14 days, what we end up with is a little bit of freedom and a pretty good looking butterfly. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's one of my favorite old puzzles. And those come in all different kinds of shapes and all different kinds of sizes. So as well as the gifts that you guys have been sending us, and we really, really appreciate those, I get questions all the time, and I try and answer a lot of the questions online, but some of the questions get messaged to me. And so we never get a chance to see them online. And I thought tonight I would read some of these because some of them can be a complete and total hoot. So the first question tonight uh, is that your real voice? Now, honestly, I'll tell you, what's that? Yes, Athena's back there going, it is one of them. It is one of about 200 voices that I have. This is my real voice. And this is my real voice. How you doing? Can't do this in Canada anymore. If I sound like my nephew or my uncle in Canada, I'm going to jail. Oy vey. So yeah, it's one of my real voices. This is the one that I wear most often, though. And thank you so much for asking. I've got to tell you, Athena doesn't know which questions I've chosen. And I chose them at random. The next one is kind of a funny one for me. Do you have a sister or brother? And I don't know if you could get back in touch with me via Messenger. I'm not sure whether you're asking me out for a date, Athena out for a date, or whether you really want to know if I have a sister and brother. If that's the case, I did have a sister and brother, although I grew up an only child. My sister and brother had moved out long before I was born. I was a late-in-life baby, which maybe explains a lot of things. You see, I'm a youngest child with 2 older siblings. But if you did want to date, go ahead and look us up in Messenger, either Athena or I'll, be happy to guide you in the right direction. Now, this one, I don't understand where this question comes from. Certainly you know, and you asked the question, you deserve an answer. How has Athena not killed you? And I want to point out that you forgot the word yet. On the end there, it should be, how has Athena not killed you yet? But you're forgiven for this. And I will tell you how Athena has not yet killed me. 2 words. Poison immunity. That's how she has not killed me yet. And the last question, all over the globe. Doesn't matter where we go, this question gets asked, and lo and behold, it showed up in my Messenger. Is that your real name? All the time, right? People, is that your real name? And I've got to, I don't know where anybody gets this idea that someone would name their child that. So no, that is not my name at all. My name is Barron. A is for Adam. J is for Jax, and all that. My name is Barron Adam Stringfellow. In fact, I hated the name so much that when I was starting out in magic and I'd gotten some movement going on, I decided to change my name to Adam Star. But again, that's a whole other story for a whole other time. Tonight I want to kind of show you something, and I sort of promised a couple of people that I would do this, and now's the time. Tonight I want to show you something that was taught to me by Bob Clam. Now, if you don't know Robert W. Clam, he was Bob Clam the Magic Man, a magician from Independence, Missouri, over by Kansas City. He had a Society of American Magicians assembly that was named after him, the R.W. Clam Assembly of Society of American Magicians. And I met Bob, well, I first met Bob when I was 16, and he didn't even know I was meeting him, because did I mention he's blind? But we wrote back and forth a little bit. When Athena and I and the family moved to Kansas, we got to go into Kansas City to meet with some of the other magicians. And we showed up at the SAM one night, and there was Bob up on stage working, doing some magic. And he did, excuse me, it's a wet cough, it's not a dry cough, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, oh my. Oh, honey, no, gin and water, gin and water. Not, it's not supposed to be pure alcohol when you put it into your body, because that'll kill you. So Bob was appearing on stage, and he did this piece of magic, and I just had to have this piece of magic. And so he said, well, follow me over to my house, which is not the first time I've heard that from an older male magician, but I think he meant well. And he said, follow me over to my house, and we'll get you hooked up. He had a magic shop in the basement. And I went down, Bob demonstrated the piece of magic, I bought it, and I took it home. And folks, I've got to tell you, I couldn't do it. I could not make the thing work at all. I would pull, I would push. My kids got tired of seeing it. The wife got tired of seeing it. I was finally grounded to the bathroom to go ahead and rehearse for this piece of magic. I couldn't get it. So I went back to Bob's Magic Shop for a lesson, a kind of a hands-on lesson with the blind guy to teach me how to do this piece of magic. And Bob thought for a minute and he said, Barron, are you working with your eyes open or your eyes closed? I said, well, Bob, I'm a sighted magician, and so I work with my eyes open. He said, do you watch what you do, or do you not watch what you do? I said, well, I watch what I do. I watch it very carefully. He said, that's the problem with you sighted people, and I feel so bad for you. You let your eyes tell you what's right and wrong, instead of letting your body do the talking for them. He said, when you go home, I want you to try practicing without looking at the rope and see how you do. And I did. It's the strangest piece of advice I ever got in my life. Try practicing without looking. Feel how you do. Well, I went home and I practiced without looking. And I walked all over the house practicing. And one night I was walking through the living room. And the daughter said, hey, mister, get back in here and do that again. Now, by that time, she'd garnered a certain hatred of magic, as many magicians' children do, and she certainly didn't normally want me stopping and showing her any magic for any reason, but she'd called me back in, and so I decided to make the most of it. Yes, a piece of magic taught by a blind man. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe your eyes. A piece of rope, 2 ends, 1 middle, a piece of rope. I went into a magic shop one day and I ordered a piece of rope, and it was a miraculous piece of rope. It was a piece of rope with 3 ends and 1 middle. But the man behind the counter said, we don't know of any such rope. I said, certainly you must. You've got enough rope around here to do a rope trick. But he insisted they didn't have it. He handed me a piece of rope and I said, yes, this is exactly the piece of rope that I wanted. The one with 3 ends and 1 middle, I'll take it. He said, oh, that's the piece of rope you wanted. Well, we have a different rope in, brand new, most modern model we've got. It's not 3 ends and 1 middle. It's actually 4 ends and 1 middle. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 ends and 1 middle. I said, that's fantastic. Hey, if you've got the most recent prop that I can buy, do you happen to have the piece of rope with 1, 2, 3, 4 ends and 2, 1, 2 middles? He said, oh no, we don't have that rope yet. All we've got right now is the piece of rope with 4 ends and 1 middle. I said, well, instead of that, could I just buy 1 long piece of rope from you and I'll take it home, cut it up, and work on it myself? And he said, of course we can do that. So he put it into a bag, sold it to me, and off I went home. I think that may be one of my daughter's favorite pieces now, because it is the piece that got her, and it's the piece that kind of made her think magic wasn't so bad after all. So that's the blind guy and the 4-ended rope. One of our newest pieces is the 5-cup Mahdi, and I'm not going to do it tonight. Don't go all crazy. I'll do it at some point in time. I'm not going to do 5-cup Mahdi tonight, but I do want to do a show-style presentation for you guys, let's say next Friday. This is a piece that's our own invention. I build these, and we sell them through Renaissance Magic. And I'm going to start putting links up on our page so that everybody can follow over there. We've got to name the monkey, you guys. And he's going to get a blue cape. He's going to get a blue hat. I don't want to name him Spank for obvious reasons. The rest of you that sent perverted names, those can't happen, because I'm hoping at one point in time a lot of the parents decide to let the kids stay up late and kind of be with Uncle Barron or Grandad, and I'm going to do more and more magic as we go along. And here's the thing, I'm going to do my best not to repeat magic. We have 2 warehouses, we have an office, storage area, we've got magic everywhere. And some of the magic that we've got has never seen the light of day in public performance. And I thought, what better time than right now, put those items together, and those that will work on video, present them to you, our friends, our family, and others. And in order to make this happen, you need to keep coming right back here on Friday night. Let me know what you think of show times. The first time we ran was 10. Now, this time we're running at 9. Do you think 8 would be better? What's a good time to get you guys and the kids in? So, hi Lisa. Hi Belinda. Hi Pete. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Dan Flashman. I did already brag on the cookies, Dan. And thank you so much for them. Dean, how are you? I want you to stop using clumpy sand, my brother. I want you to use real sand that you can buy anywhere and let anyone examine and take home for your sands of the desert. Many of the people that you're seeing on the screen are fine, award-winning, amazing magicians. Artie, how are you? Congratulations on the newest grand girl. Fantastic. Tom, it's good to see you. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Did I miss anybody, sweetheart? Quite a few. So there's a bunch of you. I want to thank you all for watching tonight. I would like you to do me a favor. Shoot us questions, shoot us ideas. What would you like to see me do? If you've seen us live and there's something that I've done live that thrilled you, that will work for video and not everything will, I'd like to do that for you. In the meantime, I want to leave you with a thought. And it's a Barron Landscapes kind of thought. There is no normal. Not now, not anymore. It's gone. Our new normal is unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. But friends, that's okay. We don't need to know. We need to adapt. And one of the things that we need to adapt is to each other. There are all kinds of different people here in America. If it seems harder because we're here, if it seems like we're always fighting or we're always arguing, we are. We are. And here's why. We are an exploratory society. We are an experiment, if you will, in social democracy, in democratic republic. We're the experiment. We're very young, barely over 200 years old, my friends. And we've come from everywhere. We have many beliefs, many religions. We have many sciences, if you can imagine that. My science may work differently than your science. We're all different. And that's why we're all Americans. That's why we're here. We're different. We're going to have to learn to accept each other's differences. The anger that gets in the way most of the time is because we or they are afraid or confused or not communicating or frustrated. I'm guilty too. I am. But I'm trying to love everybody. I don't want anybody to poison themselves. I don't want anybody to be poor in this country, homeless in this country. I don't want anybody to go without friends. I don't want anybody to stay in when they don't have to or go out when they don't have to. It's America, and that's why we have so much trouble, because we're all so different. It's a melting pot. It's who we are. It's what we do. And my friends, it's what makes us gorgeous. It's what makes us America. And so with that, I'll leave you until next Friday. I'll let you know what time the show is going to be so that you can tune in. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would share the show information and if you would let other people know that you like it. Now, if you don't like it, by all means, there are enough things going on online to find something else. In the meantime, we love you guys. Love from Athena and Barron. And we will certainly see you next Friday. Have a good night, you guys. Thanks so much. Oh, this will be on next Friday, too, the 5 Cup Monty. Enjoy. We'll talk to you later.